the switch of the fan because I would require to hear some for videos. Okay, now let's take it a moment. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa. I am here with you. Accordance with titles, yes, today we are roasting our beautiful toxic feminist Namita Thapars in the topic of Namaz. Today's topic is Namaz. And first of I thought in the previous live stream that none of medicine from Emcure Pharmaceuticals Namita Thapar would consume. But here I think I am wrong in uh, one person because some of medicines has been consumed by Namita Thabot where the following medicine was from Emcure Pharmaceuticals. And what is the cause? The cause is the topic of the Namaz. And here we can talk about the mental health. Okay? Now here we can see, well, it is she, our beautiful girl, Namita Thapars. And here we are editing this, but the source is YouTube Israel. Okay, now let's take it. Okay, now here the point is Namita Thapar celebrate it with her closest friends. First of all, here I do not contest any close friends who would celebrate Eid because close friends should not be Muslims. Okay, now let's take it. Well, and here some of accordance with the statement of Namita Thapar, her close friend states, "Dear Namita, you are talking about health. Do you believe that Namaz contains the health benefits?" That is the points of the close friends of Namita Thapars. And here, Namita Thapars seems that it is the incredible for her. Okay, well, now accordance with Namita Thapars, here blood circulation would be improved. Well, it is a physical health. Now I would not translate it. And now let's get the moments. Okay. Now, accordance with Namita Thapars, in the process of namaz, it is beneficial for mental health. We can focus on some points, we can focus on our goals, and it is just like a meditation. Okay, now let's take it. Okay, now here we can, it is the momentums at the points. And now, well, I used to believe that here Namita Thapar would not consume any medicine from uh, whom Emcure Pharmaceuticals. But now I believe that Namita Thapar is the addicted of astarans from Emcure Pharmaceuticals. And I think it is the effect of Emcure Pharmaceuticals. Now why I would say, and it is the points we can notice first. Okay. Now disclaimer is that it is the points about scientific points about the mental health, and here I would say that how namaz is not beneficial at the mental health here I would discuss at the scientific points. And in this scientific research, I would mention some sports, I would mention some geopoliticals, and I would mention some unemployment issues. Okay. Now here we can see why, accordance with Namita Thapar, Namaz can ensure that we can focus on our goals. Now, I think it is some kind of misinformation about mental health in the period of Namaz. And why I am saying? And here we can say the first of points is about the footballs. Well, I think it is better of the football points. And now, here in sports, I can mentions footballs and I mentions cricket in the scientific views. I mean mental health views. Okay. Now here we can see notifies that here is the match between Argentina versus France. Here Argentina is world champion and France is runners up. Okay. Now here we can see these moments. The every players of France is probably Namazis, and none of players of Argentines players footballers pray Namaz. Okay. Now here we can see some of Benamazis. Here goal in 23 minutes. Argentine footballer Lionel Messi scored a goal. In 36 minutes, and another he scored another goal. In 45 minutes, extra 7 minutes, here yellow card Andrew Fernandez. Okay. Here we can see it is the 3 goals at the momentum. And now let's check that Namaz's points. Kylian Mbappe scored a goal at 80 minutes as a 2 score. Well, it is the points to be notified. Now let's check at extra points. Lionel Messi scored goals in 106 seconds. Here, only Kylian Mbappe Namazi scored 3 goals, and Lionel Messi, the Benamazi, scored 3 goals. Okay, now let's take it the penalty. Kylian Mbappe scored penalty goals. Lionel Messi scored penalty goals. He scored another penalty goals. Now another Benamazi, Leandro Paredes scored penalty goals, and another Benamazi, Gonzalo Montes scored penalty goals. And now here we can see the Namazi's points. 2 Namazi footballer missed the penalty. And now here is the moments. Penalty goal scored Argentine 4, France 2. Okay. Now here we can see this moments. According with the mental health, Kylian Mbappe could score only the 5 goals. Okay, Kylian Mbappe scored 5 goals, and none of another football striker scored any goals. But on the other hand, here Lionel Messi scored 5 goals, and here another Benamazi Argentine footballer scores 2 goals. Here Benamazi Argentine scored 7 goals, and Namazi France scored 5 goals. Now here we can see accordance with Namita Thapar's, well, if Namaz can contains our mental health, that we can focus on our goals. Here, why Namazi France cannot defeat Benamazi Argentina, and that is the significant questions at the moment. Okay. Now here we can see that is some it is the significant points. And now here this is significant momentums. Well, here group A's points. Who was quarterfinal in FIFA World Cup 2022? Netherlands, Senegal from group A. England and USA from group B. Here Argentina and Poland from group C. But here now let's talk about the points. In group C there is a Muslim country named Saudi Arabia. But what is the positions of Saudi Arabia? Fourth. Okay. Now here we can see these moments. Now, accordance with Namita Thapar, if Namaz can contains a mental health that we can focus to achieve our goals, then here in football match, here why Saudi Arabia is at the last position of group stage, group C at the first round. That is the momentums. On the other hand, let's talk about the group B. Well, Iran is in the third positions, where England is group champions at the moment. Okay. Now here it is at the momentums at points. Well, in the moments, England has been defeated by France in quarterfinals. And what was quarterfinals? Here, one versus one match. In the second round, where participant is 8 countries. And here, that is the significant points. But surprisingly here, in Group B, Iran is third position. Iran could not qualify in quarterfinal. Saudi Arabia could not qualify in quarterfinals, where Saudi Arabia defeat Argentina. But now, as a real point is, England is stuck in quarterfinals, and now Argentina is world champion of FIFA World Cup 2022. What was the reasons? Because here Namaz cannot make sure that we can focus on our goals, and that is the point. Okay, but here with the significant facts here, how Namita Thapar could say that Namaz can contain mental health, that we can focus on our goals. Let's check it. And here, well. And it is the momentums, just wait and watch. And okay, here we can see that is the moments. And here we can talk about the asterisk. Well, here Namita Thapar consume asterisk the focus on addressing the physical, emotional and mental channels that arising during the natural phase of women's life. The launch come as part of Emcure Pharmaceuticals continue commitment of women health. That means here we can say assurance contains well assurance contains the estrogen that destroy the mental health of our beautiful girl Namita Thapars. Okay, now here we can see these moments. Now I can explain it with the scientific points. Now here we can, accordance with mental health, here we can discuss about our human gender hormones. Okay. Well. Now here we can see this the points to be notified. Just wait and watch. Well, now here we can see in the World Cup match between England versus Iran in FIFA World Cup 2022. Here England scored 6 and Iran scored 2. Well, from England here, Marcus Rashford scored 4 at the 71s, and Jude Bellingham scored at the 35s, and that is the moments. Okay, and here we could see that's the significant points. Okay, now here I can explain here the match between England versus Iran. Well, now here we can see Emcure Pharmaceutical is world-class pharmaceutical from India, and probably FIFA World Cup here, and in the points of mental health, asterisks from Emcure Pharmaceutical would be probably functional in the match between England versus Iran of the FIFA World Cup 2022. And now let's check the points. England scored 6 goals. Why? Because England contains masculine hormones, testosterone in their brains. Hence, they scored 6 goals in 90 minutes. Okay. What is 6 goals in 90 minutes? That means here 15 minutes per 1 goal. That is the momentum. On the other hand, Iran contains estrogen in their brains. Iran contains estrogen. And now Iran could score 2 goals that were to defeat England football team. You need to score almost 7 goals. 7 goals at the points. And here we can see here England contains testosterone as the probable assumptions, and Iran contains the absolute estrogens. Okay. Now fix your accents. Oh my gosh. Well, if I can be Americans, I would fix my accents, no problems. And unfortunately, I am not European and I am not Americans. Hence, my accents contains problems at the moment. Okay. And now, let's check the momentum at points. Here, Namita Thapar states that Namaz is beneficial for mental health. Why she could state? Because she contains the estrogen medicine from Emcure Pharmaceuticals. And what is the functions of estrogens from Emcure Pharmaceuticals? That can increase estrogens on human brains, where estrogens can make you feminine in mental health, that you cannot focus on your goals. When human brains contains high estrogens, they cannot focus on their goals. Where human can focus on their goals if and only if human brain contains higher levels testosterone. Okay? Oh my God! And here you can, if you cannot understand my points, and here you can see these moments. Brothers, could you contain the testosterone in your brains? If you contain testosterone in your brains, you do not need to understand my points. You can contain your own points. That when Namita Thapar state that Namaz is beneficial or mental health, well, you can contain Namaz, but it does not beneficial of your mental health. I don't think so. Well, yes, I am Muslim, and in the period of 2025, I apologize, in the period of the calendar 2015, I was a part-time of 3-time Namazi. I was at 3-time Namazis. And here I experienced that being a Namazi destroyed my mental health. When I stopped to contain new Namaz, hence my mental health has been refreshed and okay. Now here we can see, say hi. Salam, how are you? Okay, and now let's check it the moments. Well, let's focus on it. Now here we can see this moment. If you contain your testosterone, you can hear music like Ana Barbara's Bandito, No Leonardo, and still you can focus on your goals hearing music. But according with Islam, music is haram. Well, it is a people's and blogs points topics, but here I can just say, according with Islam, music is haram. And now here we can see those points. Here we is notifies you cannot focus on your goals if you contest 5 waqt namaz. Because if you contest the 5 waqt namaz per day, that means you contest estrogens in your brains. Now when you contest estrogens in your brains, you cannot focus on your goals at the points. And that is the similar problems between Iran at the calendar of 2022 and Namita Thapar in the calendar of 2026. And here we can see these points. In 2022, we have experienced that a Namazi Iran has been defeated by Benabanji England. I mean, a Namazi Iran is defeated by Kafir England, and that is the points to notify. Namaz cannot be beneficial for mental health because it is the points distraction of focus on the goals. And here is my second point. Well, now let's take it the second point. The second point is depressions. Okay. Now here I could condense the points. It is 2 persons. I am Muslim too. Okay. You are Muslim and I am Muslim. Here both of you and me are Muslims. And you can see experience. Both of you and me can see some definitions of the points. Well, Let me take a breath. Well, when you and me are Muslims, we can say that what is the depression? Depression is the points that we have to suicide at the moment, where I do not promote suicide, but we are in the conditions of self-harm. That is the definition of depressions. And here we can there's the points. But according with Namita Thapar's, Namaz is the beneficiary for mental health of depressions, to remove the depressions. And now, well, here we can see in 2022, here you are Namazi, you support Iran in the match between Iran versus England. You support Iran, I support England. Here I am Benamazi and you are Namazi. Well, England beat Iran in the football match with a score of 6-2, where England scored 6, Iran is 2-2, scored 2. And now, here we can see these moments. You are Namazi, but you could see that Iran has been defeated by England in the score of 6-2. And here you would be depressed and you would find that dear Allah, I prayed 5 times namaz per day, but why my Iran has been defeated by England? Could you answer me, please? Please, you would be right. You would cry in the entire of 1 week. But here, I, a Benamazi Muslim, can enjoy because England defeat Iran in the football match with a score of 6-2. Oh. And what is the points? Because I contain testosterone in my brains, hence that I can calculate that how what is the probability that England can defeat Iran with the score of 90-0. It is the simple mathematics that I can contain. Well, length is 100 meters and here time is 90 minutes. Okay. Now here we can see England footballer can contain the velocity of 100 meter per seconds or 1 kilometer per second. As is the momentum at points. Hence, England footballer can score almost what is the 90 minutes? That is 90 multiplied by 60. That is 5400 seconds. And England can score probably 54,000 goals. Here Iran can score 0 runs. Hence England can defeat Iran. This is my calculations. But still I am happy because England scored 6 goals and Iran scored 2 goals. England defeat Iran. At the moment, here my calculation was not 100% right, but still I calculate my favorite country England properly. And here is the moment that is my points that I contain testosterone and I understand that I support a capable countries. But you, the supporters of Iran, you contain estrogens in your brains. Hence, you could not calculate that what is the mathematical analysis that Iran can defeat England with the score of 27,000 is to 0. You cannot contest the mathematical probabilities. And what is your analysis? That is Allahumma la ilaha illa anta rahmatika Iran. That is your analysis. Yes. Hence, your analysis is different from me analysis because you contains estrogens in your brains, I contains testosterone in my brains. And here, that is the momentum, that is the parts. Okay. Now, if you are South Asians or if you are Americans, probably here is almost 20%. Then when you are supporting Iran, that means you condoms assurance medicine from Emcure Pharmaceuticals. Hence, you are supporting Iran. And it is the because assurance contains a chemical named cytoestrogens that increase your estrogens hormones. Estrogens hormones. Hence, you could support Iran when you know that Iran would be 100% defeated by England without any capabilities. Okay, and here you support Iran to defeat England with your mathematical analysis, that is Allahumma la ilaha illa anta rahmatika, where I contains testosterone because I reject estrogen from I reject estrogens medicines from whom Emcure Pharmaceutical under Executive Director Namita Thapar. Okay. Now here we can see these moments. And now let's get an hypothetical points. What if Iran would not consume the assurance medicine from Emcure Pharmaceutical under Namita Thapar? Here we can see that Iran could score 5 goals. England has scored 6 goals. Hence, England could defeat Iran in the score of 6-5 in lieu of 6-2. That is where second score is real score just because of Iran contains estrogens in their brains. Okay. Now here is the parts of the footballs. Okay. Now let's get the parts. Here I would mention on the electional moments. Okay. Now here I would focus on geopoliticals. Just wait and watch. Oma. Well, now it is American news channel news network. Well, now here we can see the election 2024 presidential results. What is the points? Here the score between here the presidential fight was between Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris, and Donald Trump became the president of United States of America in 2024. Okay. Now here we can see Kamala Harris scored 226 electoral seats, where Donald Trump scored 312 seats. Okay. Now here is only 270 electoral seats to win. And now let's get the comments. Okay. And now here we can mention at the points. Well, accordance with Namita Thapar's, Namaz is beneficiary for mental health. Let's check at the momentums at the points. Well, the Namazis in United States of America wish Kamala Harris would be President of United States of America. Well, with the electoral seat of almost 412. Well, on the other hand, here in the 533, what is 533 subtract by 412? That is 133 subtract by 12. That is 123 subtract by 2, that means 121. Well, here Donald Trump would get deserve the seat of 121 out of 533 electoral seats, and Kamala Harris deserved 412 electoral seats out of 533 seats. That is the expectations from whom? That is the expectations of Namazis in United States of America. But what is the realities? The reality is Donald Trump scored 312 electoral seats and Kamala Harris scored 226 electoral seats. Okay. Now what is 312 subtract by 270? That is 112 subtract by 70. That is here 52. Donald Trump scored 52 electoral seats more than the expectation to win to be President of India, and that is the moment. Well, what about the Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris is pro-Iran, pro-Palestine, pro-Bangladesh, pro-Lebanon, and several points. On the other hand, Donald Trump is American nationalist, anti-Iran, anti-Palestine, pro-Israel, anti-Bangladesh, and logical persons, educated persons. And here we can see this words. Namaz's believes that Kamala Harris would be President of United States of America just to eliminate the sovereignty of Israel. And they scared that if Donald Trump would be President of United States of America, here Palestinian terrorists would be removed, erased, and Iranian terrorists would be erased, and partially somehow Bangladeshi terrorists would be erased. And now this is the beautiful points. Well, here we can see these moments. But now Donald Trump became the President of United States of America in 2024. Here Namaz could not decrease American Namaz's depressions. And here is the point that how can Namita Thapar state that Namaz is beneficial for mental health? Here American Namazi could not decrease their depressions just because Donald Trump became elected President of United States of America. Well, and now here we can see these moments. Well, at the presidential seats at the moments, here we can notify at the points. Let's analyze this. Where Namazis depression can be removed. Okay. Now in the first 226 electoral seats, Kamala Harris was won the first 226 electoral seats. And here it was a conception that uh, Kamala Harris would be President of the United States of America, or the first woman to be President of United States of America. That is the expectation of American Namazis. Well, where Kamala Harris is anti-national, pro-Palestine, pro-Iran, pro-Bangladesh. Yes. Now, pro-Palestinian American to be President of United States of America is harmful for sovereignty of United States of America. Pro-Iranian United States of pro-Iranian person to be President of United States of America is harmful for United States sovereignty. Pro-Bangladesh Americans to be President of United States of America is harmful for United States sovereignty. And here that we can understand because we contain testosterone in our brains. Now when we contain testosterone in our brains, here we understand that pro-Bangladeshis to be President of United States of America is the national threat for United States sovereignty. And that is here significant points. Okay. Now here we can see you support Kamala Harris. Let's assume both of you and me is American Muslims. You are supporters of Kamala Harris. I am supporters of Donald Trump. You are Namazis. I am Benamazis. And now, when I contain testosterone, I can calculate that if the popular 50%, more than 50% of United States citizens would be pro-nationalist, here Donald Trump would be definitely the President of United States of America. And that is my calculations. And what is your analysis? Your analysis is Allahumma la ilaha illa anta rahmatika Kamala Harris. It is your analysis because you contain estrogens and I contain testosterone. Well, and here is the moment else when Donald Trump became the President of United States of America. I Benamazi Americans celebrates, but you Namazi as Americans are in somehow the mental clinic or psychiatrist clinic. Now, here is the point. Namaz could not decrease your depressions, but I could not attend Namaz and I could not contain any depressions at the moment. Now here is the point how Namaz can depress the depressions. I mean how Namaz can be beneficial for mental health. Okay. Now some of you say that why are you against Namaz? Well, now the point is today's live stream is accordance with science and technologies, and the Namaz is as an Islamic religious rituals where we can submit our wish to the Almighty Allah. And now it is the Islamic religious rituals. And now here we can see the points of it is the points of the And here we can see it does not relations between the mental health at the points. But now, how Namita Thapar could say Namaz is the beneficiary for mental health where American Namazis are depressed just because Kamala Harris could not be President of United States of America. Here is the points. Okay. Now here we can see if Kamala Harris, well, it is the significant ones at the divine case. Okay. Now here is the nice points, and let's find out the NASA technologies. Okay. Here we can see that is the momentums as well. It is too much geopolitics, but now here I can mention NASA Art message to travel health 408,000 kilometer. Okay. And it is the assumption times the real matter how much NASA art matches travels almost 406,771 kilometers. Well, round figure is 408 kilometers at the moment. Okay. And now here we can see the momentums at the points. When you are Namazis, you think that here when Archimedes 2 space rocket of NASA travels 408 kilometers at the space. Well, what is the space travel time? Travel times for Archimedes 2. Well, when you are Namazis, well, what is your calculations? Here I can see this points. And here is everything about the points. Emcure Pharmaceuticals can promote the estrogens to increase your estrogens medicines. Okay. Now here we can see. Oh my God. And here you can see these moments. Here I contains beautiful calculators. Now let's calculate this. 406,771 kilometer per 40,000 kilometer per hours. And what is the travel time? That is 10.169275 hours. That means almost 10.17 hours. Now what is 0.17 hours? That we can say that is the points 10 minutes 2 sec 0. I mean 10.2 minutes. What is 0.2 minutes? That is here 12 seconds. That means here accordance with your Namazis, Archimedes 2 can travel 406,771 kilometers in 10 hours 12 10 hours, 10 minutes, 12 seconds. And here is the points that what is we are Benama is. Now here we can see 406 travel distances 406,771 kilometers divided by 210,000 kilometer per second. Okay, and now let's check it. What is the travel time for me? That is 1.94 seconds. Okay, now here we can see those moments. Well, you Namaji can calculate that NASA Archimedes can travel 406,771 kilometers in 10 hours, 10 minutes, 12 seconds. And I, Benamaji, can calculate NASA Archimedes 2 rocket can travel 406,771 kilometers in 1.94 seconds. And that is the difference between you and me. How is it possible? Because you contains estrogens in your brains, hence that you could think that NASA Archimedes 2 rockets can travel 406,771 kilometers in 40,000 kilometers per hour, where I contains testosterone in my brains, where testosterone, hence I can calculate that NASA Archimedes 2 can travel 406,771 kilometers in 1.94 seconds. And now here we can see the spots. Because at the reason, because at the cost to consume estrogen in brains, you calculate that you understand here Archimedes 2 rocket would contain the velocity of 40,000 kilometers per hour, and will be in the cause of testosterone in the brain. I can understand that Archimedes 2 can contain the velocity of 210,000 kilometers per second. Okay, and here is the point at the moment. Well. Now, what is the points? Here we can see I know several Namaji friends. They are not my close friends. Well, I know several Namaji friends. They can consume that here. They know that our NASA rocket can contain the velocity of 40,000 kilometers per hour. Okay? But on the other hand, we Benamaji Musliman and my Kafir close friends know that here Archimedes 2 can contain the velocity of 210,000 kilometers per second. And here is the points when Namaz cannot improve testosterone in the brains. Hence, what is the point that Namita Thapar states Namaz is beneficial for mental health, where Namaz could not improve testosterone and decrease estrogen in human brains. And that is the momentums as we could see. Well, and here it is the moments at the points Well, velocity is necessary because in the next points we would discuss about the geopolitical moments. But now here we can understand at our office times at points. Well. Here we can see that is the official statements that is necessary. Okay. Well, and here it is the science and technologies. Here we can mention at the moments NASA rockets at the points. Well, the has distance between Earth and Mars. Okay. The highest distance between Earth and Mars is almost 250 million miles, about 401 million kilometers. Okay, now let's check the moments. Here is the necessity of calculations. Okay, now let's check it. 401 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Okay, I think what is 401 kilometer? Yes, it is about velocity, not kinetic energies. 401 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Well, now let's divide it. 40,000 kilometer per hours. Hence, what is the points? That is 10,025 hours. Okay. But now, when we can calculate our minimum magic systems, that is 401 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Divided by 210,000 kilometer per seconds. Hence, what is the significant points? It is almost 19,000. I apologize. 1910 seconds. Now let's check it. What is 1910 seconds? 1910 seconds divided by 60 seconds per minute. Okay, that is almost 32 minutes. Okay, now let's check it. What is 1025? Well, I apologize. 1025 divided by what? 1025 hours divided by bracket of 24 hours per day. That is here 418 days. Okay, what is 418 days? That is subtract by 365. That is 53. Well. Now here we can see accordance with your Namaji. Here we need 1 year 53 days to travel from Mars planet to Earth planet. I mean from Earth planet to Mars planet. And here, according with my calculations, we can travel from Earth planet to Mars planet in 32 minutes. And that is the significant point. Here we know science. And here estrogens can decrease your logical analysis. And here we can see these moments. Testosterone can improve your logical analysis point on analysis. But now the Namita Thapar states that how what okay. Now here we can see that is the moments. What does Namita Thapar states? Just well, according with Namita Thapar states, Namaz is beneficial for mental health that can focus on your goals. Okay. And now here we can see the moments. And in the discussions of 1 hour live streams, here we could get a statement that Namita Thapar consumed aspirins from Emcure Pharmaceuticals in the purpose of her mental health. And now here we can see these comments. She is a mentally unstable. Now here we can see this irony is that Namita Thapar is mentally unstable, that she is promoting Namaz. Well, she is promoting Namaz, where Namaz can increase our depressions when every word is not correct as well as our expectations. Well, when our expectation did not come true, here we can be depressed, and Namaz could not decrease our depress. Hence, what is the logic that Namita Thapar states Namaz is beneficial for us? Okay. Now here we can see this moment. We have to travel 402 million kilometers in 32 minutes. But Namazi provide me a rocket that we can travel 401 million kilometers in 1 year 53 days. Now, what is the beneficial of Namaz? Namaz contains no beneficial for mental health. Here, we can be mentally disturbed because of Namaz's rockets. Now, according to the Kafir's rockets here, that can contains the velocity of 210 km per second. Hence, when the travel distance is 401 million kilometers, travel time is 32 minutes. And here we can see it is significantly clear that Namita Thapar is mentally unstable. And now here, unfortunately, she got a business as an inheritance, where business is Emcure Pharmaceuticals, that is the medical business. And now, here is the point that how is possible that we can accept Namita Thapar as a mental, health expert when her mental health is not stable. Okay. And now let's get the moments at the points. Okay, now let's take a breath at the points. Here I have discussed football sports, I have discussed geopolitics, I have discussed here uh, scientific points. Now let's back to the points about the cricket. Well, here we can contest the mentions points about the crickets. I think so here views has been gone, but here we can see the significant moments. Well, just wait and watch. Okay. Now here we can see at the well here is ICC World Cup. I think here we have to contest our well. Now here we can see the points India versus Pakistan. Well, here we can see what is the score of India. Here India scored 175 runs in first 20 overs. As a reply 20 overs, Pakistan scored 114 runs. Okay, now let's get the points. Well, all of Indian is probably Benamazis and all of Pakistan is absolute Namazis. Okay, let's talk about the absolute Namazis performance. Shahebzada Farhan, 0 out of 4 balls. Here is the match between India versus Pakistan. Okay, Naim Abdul, Sam Ayub, Pakistani Namazi, scored 6 runs out of 2 balls. Salman Agha, Pakistani Namazi, scored 4 runs out of 4 balls. Babar Azam, Pakistani Namazi, scored 5 runs out of 7 balls. Okay. Now here we can see Mohammad Nawaz, Pakistani Namazi, scored 4 runs out of 5 balls. Okay. And here we can see this moments. Abrar Ahmed, Pakistani Namazi, duck out of first balls, golden duck. And now here it is Pakistani Namazi's performance. And now let's performance of Indian Kafirs. Okay. Now here we can see Indian Kafir Kishan score 77 runs out of 40 balls. Tilak Verma scored 25 out of 24 balls. Surya Kumar Yadav scored 32 runs out of 29 balls. Well, Shubman Gill scored 27 runs out of 70 balls. Now what is the points? Here we can see here Kafir batsman like Ishan Kishan contains testosterone in his veins. He is well, Tilak Mama scored 35 runs out of 24 balls. Testosterone is in his vein. Surya Kumar Yadav scored 32 runs out of 29 balls. Here testosterone in his vein. Here Shubman Gill, I apologize, Shubman Shubham Dubey scored 27 runs out of 70 balls. Testosterone in his brain. Okay. Now, when Namazis cannot decrease Shahebzada Farhan's estrogens, Namaz cannot decrease Saib Ayub estrogens in brains. When Namaz cannot decrease Salman Aga estrogens in his brains, here then how is the possible that our Namita Thapar states the Namaz is beneficially for mental health? And here is my significant questions that I require the answers. Okay. Now here we can see the estradiol is promoting estrogen in the brains. Here women's now when a human can contain estrogen in his brains, he cannot perform his professions properly. And now here we can see the moments. Namazis contains estrogens in his brains, hence he could not perform his professions properly. Hence, how can we state accordance? How can Namita Thapar state that Namaz is beneficial for mental health? Here is no logics. Okay. Now I think it would be almost 1 hour 10 minutes, and here is the significant network issues because of heat stroke in Saudi Arabia, like 45 degrees to 55 degrees. See then, now I think today is enough. This live stream is enough for roasting Namita Thapar in the purpose of mental health and with Namaz topic, where we are roasting Namita Thapar's Emcure Pharmaceuticals. Now see you then. Khodafez. Love you.